Good morning, Sunset Country. Another show. We're so excited. I'm Dave Cain.
I'm Deborah Cruikshank. Welcome to another great weekend
Another
show.
great weekend show. We've got to start it off. We've got to start off about this fish.
Yeah, this is a monster.
Yes, a girl named Katie at Delaney Lake Lodge caught a 50-inch muskie.
A 50-inch muskie. She's 11, and of course this was her dream. So her and her guide Mitch went out, and look at what she reeled in.
Look at that.
This is in the English River system.
Yep. She's lucky it didn't reel her in.
Yeah, no.
Look at the size of it. That's awesome.
Same size as her.
That is incredible. What a great way to start the show.
Well, we're of course going to talk about more fish on the show because we have the Canadian Bass Championships coming up. There's lots of fishing tournaments
down Fort
coming
Frances.
up.
Lots coming up. We've got some music coming up. We're going to talk to Randy Nickel about the Harborfest coming up very soon.
25 years Harborfest has been around. That's pretty
25
amazing.
years. And 105 years for the Agricultural Fair. We'll be talking to Doug Kurtz about that.
Excellent.
All kinds of things coming up. It's going to be a great show.
We had Nan Norman on this show a few weeks ago.
We did have Nan Norman on. She talked about the homeless shelter. She talked about making Kenora home.
Absolutely. So the Emergency Homeless Shelter, or NECHI, who is taking over operations there, is looking for some help. They're looking for some donations. Monetary donations of any amount can be dropped off directly at the NECHI Centre, which is 1301 Railway Street in Kenora. They also have a fundraiser page, and we have put a link up on our Facebook page, so you can go right on through there.
Fantastic.
Donate that way. And of course, toilet paper, bottled water donations can be left on the front porch of the Kendall House, which is 127 5th Avenue South in Kenora.
Yes.
So all of these items, monetary donations would be greatly appreciated.
It's important, yes. If everybody can help in the community, that's how the community can help out. We know we've got a situation with the homeless shelter. Yeah. It's part-time at Knox. So let's help out and help them get through this.
Excellent. Well, we're going to go to a story with Matt Kennedy and Shelley Bujold about the Corporal Albert Storm second annual memorial ride. Here it is now.
It is the Corporal Albert Storm second annual memorial ride, and that is coming up on July 23rd. I've got a poster, guys. It'll remind me of all of the information. I'm joined with Carol Davis here and George Storm. George, that is your brother, Albert Storm. Can you tell us a little bit about why you're doing the second annual memorial ride?
We started the ride, I guess, maybe 5 years ago through CAV, Canadian Army Veterans, Hindenburg Line. And a couple of years ago, it got renamed to Corporal Albert Storm after my brother. And it's only that we like to give back to the community for our veterans. We know there's lots of veterans here that are currently here, just recently back. And even though Afghanistan seems like so far away, it still affects our lives. So if we can do something to help our community, our seniors, because war is real, unfortunately.
It is real, and it definitely affects a lot of people's lives. We seem to hear a lot about it in the States, and not so much in Canada, but we are over there doing these peacekeeping missions, and that's all about, that's what this is about, remembering that and just taking some time to think about it.
That's right. But not only is that our soldiers over there are deployed throughout the world, but our families are here and they're deployed with them.
Now, Carol, what is this ride raising money for this year?
Well, this year we're hoping to send 2 local veterans maybe on a week-long fishing trip, a time for their own personal time away to help recuperate, recover, and just enjoy nature. But in the past 2 years, last year when we rode to Dryden, the funds went to the Dryden Red Cross because they don't receive any other funding, and so it was a part of theirs. This year, we're going to Ear Falls, and there will be a barbecue up there, and the Ladies Auxiliary of the Margaret Kushner Hospital are hosting it, and they will receive the funds for that. So we're not only benefiting our own community of Kenora, Keewatin, we are also benefiting Dryden last year and Ear Falls, Red Lake this year.
So it's truly a regional ride, which is pretty exciting. So do you pick up, so they are heading to Ear Falls this year, from Kenora to Ear Falls. They stop in Vermilion Bay along the way. Do you pick up riders as you go along?
We probably will pick up some riders come the Vermilion Bay area, so people from Dryden, and that'll come in from that. And we'll all meet up at one central place and have a little fun, share a few stories, and enjoy the community. And I think the community comes out and looks at the bikes, and and we have fun. The idea is have fun, and help someone along the way. So
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And it is the Cav riders, but it's open to everyone.
absolutely anyone that has 2 wheels, 3 wheels, you're welcome to ride with us.
Registration is here at the Discovery Center on Saturday, July the 23rd, beginning at 8:30. Come on in, register, have coffee, some homemade muffins, and kickstands up at 9:30. And we will have a OPP escort right through town. We'll be parading through town. So if you miss us at the Discovery Center, see us on Main Street in Kenora.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both again for coming on the show, and maybe you'll head out for a ride July 23rd.
On the couch, we've got our good friend Doug Kurtz. We're going to talk to you later about the agricultural fair, but we want to get a little shout out to something coming up called Tops and Bottoms.
Yeah, the Kenora Rowing Club is having a Tops and Bottom Regatta on August the 5th, and we are short some volunteers. So if anyone wants to volunteer, they can be on the water, they can be at the finish line, we'll train them, and so phone 467-2710 if you want to volunteer.
467-2710. Call for volunteering. When we come back from the break, Deb is going to be on the couch with Randy Nickel, and they're going to talk about some music and the Harborfest. We'll see you then.
Welcome back on Good Morning Sunset Country. We are here in the studio with Randy Nickel, who's on the Harborfest committee. And congratulations, Randy. 25 years Harborfest has been going on for.
Yeah, it's tremendous. It's quite the milestone, and we're really looking forward to our 25th anniversary.
Now, you've been a part of Harborfest for a number of years.
I've been around for probably about 18 of those 25 years, maybe 19.
I have one question. I need to know a high moment from the 18 years of Harborfest that you've been with them, and then maybe one of those crazy bump in the road low moments.
Wow, highs.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, I think one of our first big name performers was Paul Brandt, and not that I was a huge Twitter follower,
Yeah.
but just reading his Twitter about his approach into Kenora and the harbor front and the big tent being set up, there was something that really resonated with me. It just kind of made me feel that he's the down, salt to the earth kind of fella, and
Yeah.
I just really felt that he was very sincere in his comments about Harborfest. And when he left town, he just said that the hospitality was great. Our group was awesome to work with, and so I would think Paul Brandt would be
The
one of the
highlight.
highs.
Well, we do have an amazing venue.
We do.
It's right down on the harbor front, and it's, it's 3 nights right down on the harbor front, partying away.
Yes.
And there's Kids Zone in the day.
There's kids stuff in the daytime as well,
Yeah.
and family entertainment. We have we're very excited this year because we're going to bring in Sharon and Bram.
Nice.
And we kind of celebrated our 25th anniversary. We have tickets for Sharon and Bram are $10. However, we have a family pass for up to 5 people for
Nice.
$25.
That's brilliant.
We think it's a great value.
Yeah.
And of course, most people, when we talk about pricing, that includes the HST.
Ooh,
Right?
nice. Nice. Yeah, of course, because that always sticks on a little bit extra. hey?
HST always adds on a little bit extra. So whenever you see our ticket numbers, we kind of make it easier for our ticket salespeople, and especially at Donnie B's. A round number makes a lot of sense to them, but we always have to back the HST out of there. So.
Right. So let's talk about sort of where the success of being around for 25 years comes from. Like, it's a huge event. Like, your budget must be fairly large. Do you have community sponsors that help out with this event?
Well, our budget is probably in around $400,000 a year right now.
Yeah.
Maybe pushing about 430, something like that. And our sponsors have been phenomenal. They have stepped up to plate year after year after year, And we have some sponsors that have been sponsoring us for at least the last 10, 15, 20 years. We will fundraise this year over $70,000 from corporate sponsors.
Excellent. That's
Shaw
huge.
and Norcom are, great sponsors of us as well. And, without your support, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing. And then we also, over the weekend itself, we have another 200 people who will be about 1,900 to 2,000 volunteer hours as well. And again, we wouldn't be able to do it without those volunteers.
Nice.
Yes.
Well, thank you, volunteers. Let's do a quick blast over the lineup for this weekend before you head out. And you can always get Harborfest tickets on the website.
You can get them on the website, or if you're here in town, you can get them right at Donnie B's.
Yeah. So who do we have Friday night?
Well, Friday night we have Our Lady Peace with Big
exciting.
Sugar, and the tickets are going quite well for Friday night.
There should be some Big Sugar fans. They've been in town before.
They have, and I'm expecting a sellout for that night.
They do a great show.
Then Saturday, of course, in the daytime, we have Sharon and Bram. They're starting at 10:30.
Beautiful.
But in the evening time, we have Dallas Smith, Petrick, and then Past the Perimeter.
Nice.
So that's going to be a really awesome, fun night on Saturday night. And of course, to wrap up our 25 years will be Kenny Shields and Streetheart, as well
Beautiful.
as Prism and Harlequin.
Nice.
So it's going to be a fantastic week. We're really looking forward to closing up on that Sunday night with that lineup.
Fantastic.
And we also have our huge pyro musical fireworks
Yes.
that are fundraised by our friends on the lake. So they'll fundraise close to $25,000 or $28,000 for our pyro musical fireworks.
Awesome. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. Everybody should get out. Bouncy castles in the day, music at night. Check out harborfest.ca for
Harborfest.ca.
tickets. Stick around when we come back. Dave will be in the studio with Doug Kurtz to talk about the agricultural fair.
Well, thank you for joining us on Good Morning Sunset Country. And this morning on the couch, I have a good friend, Doug Kurtz, and with the Agricultural Fair, it's coming up in Kenora. Is that correct?
August 4th, 5th, and 6th.
August 4th, 5th, and 6th.
At
Busy
the rec
3
center,
days.
yep.
At the rec center.
Yep.
That's fantastic. Now, the Agricultural Fair, it's been a few years it's been going on, right?
105 this year.
105 years.
Yeah.
Now, you haven't been involved in all those years.
No, probably
No.
about 60.
Probably about 60 of them. That's right. You were telling me it's been a family that you've been in for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, the whole family was involved
Yes.
since I was a little kid.
That's fantastic.
So.
That's fantastic. So first of all, let's get this out of the way. I know it's important. You want to get the registration part out of the way. So if you want to register for one of the events, how do you go about doing that? What's necessary?
Well, first you can pick up a fair book at the library,
Okay.
and it tells you all the prizes and what you can enter. And you can enter anything from vegetables, flowers, your garden, children's art. So
Okay.
there's this thing for children. Home grounds, so if you're proud of your home grounds, you can
Yep.
enter your flowers, your vegetable garden, your lawns. Thousands of things to enter.
Thousands of things. Now there's a registration deadline. You have to be registered by a certain
We
date.
have, you can register online at kenorafair.ca.
All right.
It's all in lowercase. And you register Wednesday, July the 27th at 12 noon to 9 o'clock at the rec center.
Oh, so that's when the registration is done on
at
that
the
Wednesday.
side door.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's the only door that'll be open. It's the side door, and you right on the ice surface.
Yep.
That's where registration takes place.
All right.
July the 27th.
Fantastic. So lots going to be happening this year. It's always an exciting time. What's going on? So give me some idea of some of the stuff that's happening.
This year we tried a little thing. Tried some different things. Let's see. So Thursday we got Prairie Exotics coming in, and they are
okay.
reptiles.
Yes.
So he has lizards and he has iguanas, and so they're coming in from 6 to 9 on Thursday. We don't open the doors until 6.
Okay.
So also on Thursday is the singles horseshoe competition.
Oh,
And this has been going on for
that's been a long time.
105 years.
Yeah.
And so anyone that wants to do horseshoes has to come at 5:30 on Thursday.
All right.
And they'll register, and they start at 6 sharp.
Okay.
So they finish that night
All right.
before it gets too dark.
All right.
So and there's the midway also.
Well, of course,
For
the
the
midway.
kids.
We'll talk about the midway,
Yeah.
yes, but Friday we've got some more stuff going on.
Friday, Prairie Exotics are going to be there again for the second day, 5 to 9. Eric the Juggler is coming, and Rihanna the Balloon Artist.
Eric the Juggler and Rihanna, the balloon
Yeah,
artist.
so he's sort of like a
Awesome.
juggler, magician, and
Fantastic.
she makes animals out of balloons.
Okay, all right.
Also on Friday is the doubles horseshoe competition.
Ah.
So you bring a partner, it's male, female, 2 females, it's whatever you want, it's
Yep.
just a doubles competition.
Okay.
So 5:30 you have to be there to register, and it starts right at 6.
Now, is this outside?
This is outside in the first ball
First ball
diamond.
diamond. Okay, great.
Also on Friday, they're having the local dog show.
Okay,
So they're bringing their dogs and they're doing jumping through the
fantastic.
loops.
Okay,
So that's on Friday, and we're open 4 to 9.
all right.
Okay, and where's my other business here?
Now you've got one day left. You got Saturday.
Here we go. So Saturday we're open at 12.
All right.
We have the midway.
Okay.
We're having a petting zoo come in from 1 to 6.
Fantastic.
There are 2 university students paying their way through university, and they have a great different animals
Yep.
there. At 2 to 3, we're having the Children's Olympics, where the kids can throw a bale of hay.
All right.
And there's prizes for that. So 2 to 7, there's the balloon artist is going to be there. She's going to be
Fantastic.
making stuff, and Eric the Juggler will also be there with her. So they'll
Eric the
be-
Juggler's coming back.
He'll be there all night.
And of course, we've got going on the whole weekend, starting on the Friday, is the midway.
The midway, yeah.
And we might have a few kids show up at the midway, you figure?
Oh, yes. I think that's the only reason kids come.
Yes. Well, yeah.
The
They'll come,
midway,
but they'll come
yeah.
see Eric the Juggler, maybe.
Eric the Juggler.
There we go.
Or the reptiles.
That's fantastic.
They like.
Well, thanks for telling us about that. If you're not doing anything August 4th, 5th, and 6th, head down to the rec center to the agricultural fair. You can see Eric the Juggler, he's balloons, some animals, the fair.
Fair.
That is absolutely fantastic. We are going to take a break, but after the break, Deb's going to come back, and we're going to talk about the Canadian Bass Championship down in Fort Francis. That time of year again.
Yeah.
Go catch those bass. We'll see you back after the break. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Good morning, Sunset Country. I have my fishing stick. Well, it's not my fishing stick. Do you have a fishing stick?
Looks good on you, Dave.
Yeah. Do you have a fishing stick?
I have one. It's not working right now. The reel is broken, but I do have one.
Wow. Have you ever
Yeah.
caught a fish?
Last summer I got back into fishing. Well, back into fishing. I went fishing a couple times. I caught a walleye, a bass, and a perch, actually.
All at once or different?
Two different
Fantastic.
times.
Good.
But yeah, I was kind of intimidated to get the bass off my hook because you have to stick your finger in its mouth.
The fish are, it's the slimy ones that bug me.
Is it
It's
the
those
slimy?
slimy
Who's
ones, yeah.
slimy?
Well, some fish are slimy.
Yeah,
they're
I guess
just not very
different
good.
times of year
the
too,
jacks are
right?
pretty slimy.
Well, where I grew up, it's all jack fishing. Southern
Yes,
Manitoba.
they do that.
Yeah.
Yep. But we've got some big tournaments coming up.
Huge tournaments.
Over $20,000 in prize money for the Fort Francis Canadian Championship.
Bass Championships.
Can you imagine that?
It's amazing. Well, everybody gets geared up, pumped up at this time of year, all the locals.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, everybody's out on the water. Well, $20,000. You
Yes.
know, that's serious business.
It is. Now we've got some shows on that. Tommy Johnson down in Fort Francis and Shelley Bugeaud.
It's pretty much the biggest event in the Fort Francis area of the year. People come from all over North America to see family, friends, and relatives in the tournament, or just come down to take it all in.
Fort Francis, are you ready for this? 20.20 pounds, our new leaders.
From day 1 and day 2, the top 10 boats, starting with boat number 10, will come through the tent one after the other with their own music being played. They all have a bunch of goodies to throw out to people in the crowd. They start pulling fish out of the live well, and they start going from there. In the meantime, there's 2 guys that have the top accumulated weight so far. They'll be sitting up there in what they call the hot seat, waiting to be dethroned, or hopefully waiting to stay there for as long as they can. tournament starts at 6:30 in the morning on Thursday, July 21st, again on Friday the 22nd, and winds up on Saturday the 23rd. The Pop Rocks band that's been here before, they'll be entertaining Thursday night. Friday night, there's going to be the ever popular Quest, which again packs the tent. So we're going to have more than enough entertainment to keep people entertained for all 3 nights. So come on down. You'll more than likely enjoy yourself. You can't help but have a good time.
16.24 pounds for your new Fort Frances Canadian Bass Champions, Scott and Steve Sandberg. Congratulations, guys.
Rainy Lake is actually a large chain of lakes, which from the air looks like the letter L. These waters have 2,200 islands and cover over 227,000 acres. Cottagers and locals alike hit the lake in the thousands, but you would never know because of its great size. This lake has quite the history. It's the remains of the glacial Lake Agassiz, and its rocks are as much as 3.6 billion years old. Rainy Lake is international. Right down the middle of this channel is the border between Fort Frances and International Falls, Minnesota. 70% of the lake is in Canada, and anglers in the tournament cannot fish on the American side. While boating outside of the tournament, make sure you know where this line is and have your passport handy if you want to cross. Anglers looking for an extraordinary experience filled with multi-species catches love this lake. It's home to pike, walleye, muskies, and of course a huge population of large and smallmouth bass. The lake is divided into 3 sections: the North Arm, the South Arm, and Red Gut Bay. The South Arm warms up a little quicker than the rest and spawns fish earlier. Each section offers a slightly different experience, which keeps the fishing fresh and exciting. In Fort Frances, I'm Shelley Boujol.
Welcome back. We have a couple other fishing tournaments in the region coming up. Of course, the Kenora Bass International,
That's correct.
which is August 4th, 5th, and 6th, same weekend as the Egg Fair. So if you're in town for the Egg Fair, of course, go down for the weigh-ins.
Yes, and we've got the Sioux Narrows Bassing for Bucks, they call it. That's on the 9th to the 11th of September. If you're not doing anything, head down to Sioux Narrows, take your boat. Well, you got to register, I guess, first.
Sioux Narrows is beautiful, too.
Yes, it is.
Worth the trip.
Yes, it's awesome.
We have one more show left.
That's it.
Before we break for summer.
One more show, just one.
One more show. I know.
One more show.
It's kind of, but we'll be able to regroup. We'll be back at the end of September.
Yes.
But you can always interact with us on Facebook if you have any show ideas or any way that you want to.
That's great. From a region.
From
Regional.
our region, exactly.
From everybody's here from Red Lake and Fort Frances. And
Yeah.
Sioux Lookout.
Yeah.
All those places.
And we've also posted the fundraiser for the Nietzsche Center on our Facebook page too.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
get on there and check that
Yes.
out.
So Kenora, let's get in there and help them out. They need some help.
Yeah. Next week on the show, what's happening, Dave?
Oh, next week we've got Bob Null's going to come visit us.
The
He's going to
MP.
pay a visit, and I'm really excited. We've got a show. They're going to be visiting. The producers, are going to be visiting the Bottle House in Redding.
This is very exciting. I've never physically been there.
Oh, no way.
So this
Really?
is exciting. Yeah, I've heard a lot of amazing things about it. So, well, it's pretty unique, right?
It is. And I guess that's it. I'll say goodbye till next week.
Absolutely. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody, and we'll see you again next week.